What is up, everybody? Happy Halloween. Welcome. I am your host, Prof. Most of you guys are like, who in the what is even happening? All right, so hold that. At the end of the game break, I am going to have a who wore it better. Might even throw up a poll to check it out. If you don't know who Prof is, he is a musician, an artist. He's somebody who's been around for quite a long time. He's made it in the underground world and has become a pretty mainstream non-radio artist all on his own, with no label, no help, no nothing. His stuff is hilarious, wildly inappropriate at times, painful, peaceful, awesome. He hits all the notes, puts out a new song about every other week, puts out videos every other week in between. He's a legend when it comes to music stuff. So when I saw this photo that inspired this costume, I looked at it and I thought, I can pull that off. We'll determine later whether or not I actually succeeded with the look or not. But that being said, what's up? Happy Halloween. Welcome to the October 2022 Game Break. We're going to talk about past, present, future things, HTG, and I'm going to try to do it as your host, Prof. All right, so this month, as you guys know, it's been actually a pretty rough month. The algorithm has not been in our favor. And that being said, we have dropped off quite significantly from what we were a couple months back, especially if you go back to like January, February, which is way back. It's definitely about half of what we were rocking. We were rocking just under 1 million or right around 1 million back then. We're at like 628,000, which is still significantly abundant. Not complaining. We're just talking about it, right? We do this every month. Watch time hours, we're about 60 to 70. We're about 37. So all in all, our sub count's a little bit lower than usual too, but we're still gaining. We're still positively moving forward. And, with the lack of Lego games that have been out, it's kind of a mystery that we've been able to stay afloat like we have. Luckily, I've been drawing out Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, and it's allowed me to build up quite a big catalog of videos. In fact, we have over 150 videos now, and there's still like 20 more expected before we wrap it up and call it done. Speaking of which, that kind of brings me to my next topic. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Twitter button right now, so all those people out there in the Twitter sphere can come join us if they so choose. I'm hoping that we'll see some new Star Wars content. I don't think we will beyond the character packs. It is possible. It's quite possible. I have no inside info. I don't even know what TT's secret behind the scenes game is that they're working on. A lot of people, including a wiki page out there, seem to think that it's some sort of a Marvel game. I'm not sure that's the case. All in all, we do know that they are working on something. We just don't know when or what it is. That being said, the character pack and the Galactic Edition is actually out tomorrow. Only 2 of the character packs are out tomorrow. In fact, I almost forgot. Let me whip out my cheat sheet here. Galactic is out November 1st, which is tomorrow, and it actually will showcase all of the packs. Psych, it doesn't come with all of them yet. Unfortunately, only 2 of them are going to be available as of tomorrow. So the Galactic Edition is going to give you basically everything that's available so far. I don't think our season pass or any of the stuff that you've bought up to this point gives you the new stuff. I think you're going to have to purchase it. We're going to see sets or character packs from Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor, the Book of Boba Fett, The Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, and Summer Vacation. Now, the sad news is only Summer Vacation and Clone Wars are going to be out and available tomorrow. We're going to have to wait till November 15th for the Obi-Wan and Rebels packs, and then November 29th we'll wrap it up with Andor, and however you want to say it, and the Book of Boba Fett. So there's definitely there's basically 6 character packs, 5 characters from each sort of sub universe, and ultimately I don't see myself doing much of anything with them. If I have to purchase them, And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying if I have to purchase it, I'm almost done with the game. I don't need a bunch of extra characters. However, I might and do like a showcase of some sort once I get to the very end. I still have a ton of stuff to do though, you guys. Like I have galactic ships. I have like 3 or 4 challenges left. Trophy achievement cleanup. We got some stuff to do yet. So I don't know that the character packs are going to be as important by the time I get done with all that other stuff, knowing that I likely won't be done with what I'm planning to do before all of those are out. Now, maybe on the 29th, maybe I will be done and I'll be able to just bust them all out in one video. I don't know. I might do a live stream with it. That might be something that we could do. I just don't. I said this earlier in the stream, and I'm not going to plug his name again, but there's other channels out there that are sort of notoriously known for doing those kinds of character videos, and they've done well in the past. I don't know that people are as excited about stuff like that as they once were, but getting the early access or whatever, that certainly helps. But in our case, I don't think I'm going to be getting that. So so we are sort of in the home stretch of free roam. We have 5 planets left. In fact, as of tomorrow, I will be going back to work on that. I've taken a few days off just because of Gamebreak, and I was kind of cramming some Apex Battle Pass tiers in there, and spent some time with the wife over the weekend and stuff too. So I just kind of put that on the back burner. But I got Jakku, Nima Outpost. I got Coruscant, Uskru District. I've got Tatooine, Mos Eisley. Got Bespin, Cloud City, and Takodana, Maz's Castle left, and some space from some of those planet areas as well. And then that'll wrap up free roam. So we've got 5 planets and probably 5 spaces, maybe 4 spaces left. So only like 9 videos, 10 videos, pretty exciting. And then we'll move into those challenges. We got like the target practice or the shooting galleries. We've got the gold ships. We've got the Wookiees scattered throughout. And then we've also got the mouse droids. And I think there's one other one, but I think it's just like once you get everything else done, like you just got to dance or something. I can't remember what it is. I feel like there's one more though. So that's all coming soon. But, we're getting to the end of that game, and Tyler P has put together a guide for me on Lego Bricktales. I do feel like at some point I'm going to get to that. I don't know. It's one of those ones that's like, is it needed? I don't know that it's something that's going to necessarily be utilized. I feel like most people who play it are going to just play it and experience and find the stuff. Now, obviously, there's going to be some questions some players have, like when you first play through in the beginning, there's some spots you can't get to. But just like all traditional Lego games, there are tasks or characters or things that you will acquire over time that will, give you some extra powers or whatever. So, there's some information out there that we could help with, but at the same time, I don't know. When he got done with the guide, he basically said, I wrote it the way I collected it, and there's really no right or wrong way to do it. So you'll have to figure out what route you want to take. And so, basically each level has 20 animals scattered throughout. Not all of them can be found in the first one. And there are trophies / achievements for get all of the lizards, but all the lizards aren't on one planet. I don't think. No, they're not. That's right. We found various animals on. So we'll have to figure that out. That's something we'll do, but, where are the other 2 musketeers? No, all jokes aside, you could have dressed up as, Willy Wonka, which is Prof's bestie. We could have made it work. You could have been included in this and you wouldn't have had to try to put me down in the process. I think I look good. I feel it's kind of like, you guys will see. You guys will see in a minute. You guys have no idea what I'm going for, really, because you've never probably seen Prof. And the look I'm going for was very specific. He was actually a guest on a podcast, and it was just the outfit he wore for the podcast. If he ever saw this, if I tweeted it out to him or whatever, and he saw this outfit, he probably wouldn't even remember wearing it. It's nothing significant. It's not an album cover or anything like that. It was just a random social media moment, and I saw it and I thought, I could do that. All right, next up. I just wanted to share something with you guys that isn't a big deal, but you guys know my wife's a big plant lover. Constantly getting plant jargon in the mail, whether it's stakes or stands or pots or plants. sprays, solutions, bug repellent, you name it, right? It's tons of stuff. At one point, she kind of felt like maybe I wasn't so interested in her plant love and that maybe it was getting annoying and expensive. And so, as a response to that comment, I went out and I bought her a really expensive, very exotic, unique plant. And I shared it with you quite a while back. It's actually called the pineapple bromeliad. So, if you guys don't remember, it's basically a small, tiny sort of, I can't remember the term for it, but there's, it's got shoot leaves that pop up, and it actually has a pineapple. It's not a regular sized pineapple. It doesn't get huge or anything like that, but it's edible. It tastes like pineapple. And what happens is that each cycle, it's really weird. Like we weren't sure, like the way they explained it and stuff. They said each cycle, you'll get one pineapple that'll pop off, and it could potentially shoot up to three new ones. So you're supposed to get at least one new pineapple shoot, and you're supposed to get up to maybe three. So as time went on, I actually sort of failed you guys. I didn't get a photo of the new one yet, but the other day, so we've been checking it, right? Like it's changed color, it's gotten bigger. Like we don't really know a lot about it as far as when to harvest or anything, because it's not a very standard type of plant, right? But when you see this next photo, you'll see it's totally different. It looks like a ripe pineapple would when it gets ripe. And it's much larger than it was now. And you also get to see a picture of wifey, which is a bonus. But I didn't get a picture of the new shoot. So it turns out in the soil, so on the top, you could see it's got like the pineapple hair, right? That's coming up, like the little green leaves that pop up the top. It's popping up out of the soil. So somewhere from the root structure, it's started bulging out. And I don't know how exactly, we have to repot it, but it just grows out of this. Like, it's crazy. Like I thought we were going to have to like take this one that we harvested and like throw it in the soil and I didn't know, but check this out. This is pretty stinking sweet. Wifey's got a little pineapple. Look at that. And look how big the top. So again, look how small the hair is here, right? And look how big it is here. Like, isn't that crazy? That's so crazy. We have not tried it yet. My mother-in-law, her mom, gets home tonight, and we've kind of been waiting because she saw, like, right. So it's made it through its first life cycle, and we'll have it for another one, which is like really cool. Yeah. So let's see here. Next up on my list is my updated Lego storage. So as you guys know, I've been sort of a collector of Lego for many years, but in the last 5 to 7 years, I've invested in sets here and there that I thought were maybe going to be beneficial once they were retired for selling or reselling. So, I'd buy like, Lego DeLorean here and there, or I'd buy like the Wall-E came out. I bought a couple of those, and, Thor's hammer came out. I had to get one of those. Like, there's just things that, I feel like at some point are going to be sought after. People are going to want, and I can potentially resell these things. And, the goal is with Lego, you usually buy it, and you wait till the set retires, and then you wait 2 to 5 years, and the price is almost always double on almost any set. And people always say collectibles are only worth as much as people will be willing to pay you for them. But at the same time, like, people are paying big bucks for Lego. I don't know who they are, but like, there's people that are buying $500 sets, waiting 5 years and selling them for $1,000. I don't know who buys $1,000 Lego set. It ain't gonna be me. But there are people that build up. They'll buy 5 sets, sit on them, sell them after they've inflated a little, and then they'll get more, and then they'll buy some of the bigger stuff. So in the end, I don't know how this is going to work out for me. I really don't. We've invested. I mean, there's a few $1,000 to say the least in our Lego, and this isn't all of it. This is not all of it. There's still a mystery box hiding. There's some, I got a bunch of Lego Dimensions stuff that isn't here. Unopened, too. But yeah, so here's the overall stand. You guys have sort of seen this stand. We built this, and here's the kicker. we put this in like the house's most sacred room that like nobody's supposed to be in or doing, like no animals are allowed, like it's like off limits, right? And we didn't tell mother, so she's gonna get home tonight. And she's gonna walk in, and so the funny thing is that you can't actually see it at all. Like you have to go out of your way into the room to actually see it, so it's not going to be something that'll be seen right away. But ultimately, I'm curious to see how the response is. So that's the overall. Now, what I've done here is I've made a mess of my my stuff here. Basically, let's see if I can get this open here. I should be able to manipulate these photos. I've got a bunch of bigger photos, so I can kind of scroll them around and we can see them. So here is the bottom. The bottom is no one was calling it a midget pineapple, Josh. Oh boy. So anyways, this is the bottom shelf, and this is what I was saying. There's definitely a few dollars spent here. You got Home Alone on the far end. You've got back-to-back NESs. So those ones. Oh crap! What is happening? Let's go. Let me get the right layer here. Okay, so we got the NESs right there, and then we've got the two of the new collector's edition, or I guess what are they? They're ideas. I don't remember what the new ones are called. The DeLoreans there, and then we've got one of the old ones on top. I have another older DeLorean. It is the idea set, or the Cusco, or I guess is what it's called. And it has skyrocketed. I paid like $40 for those. Those are selling for like $250. I got Scooby-Doo. You can see I got a couple of the lighthouses these are all unopened, by the way. None of these are we got a couple of lighthouses. We got the mansion, the mystery mansion. We also have a mansion open that we built. It was part of our Lego table and Lego room for quite a while. We got a couple of the mystery machines on the end there on the bottom. And then we've got there's two other small ones. There's like a biplane, and I can't remember what the other small little set is on top there. Obviously, you can see the microbus there. That's the Volkswagen bus. Very cool set as well. Now, next up, we've got the next tier up, which, as you can see on the far left, we've got Thor. It doesn't say it. Well, you can kind of tell. It says, Le Méthode de Thor. I'm sure I slaughtered that for all those people out there who can speak, what is that, French? What is that, Velvet? And then we got a couple primes. We got the tall neck. We got Van Gogh. We've got the succulent. So we've doubled down on a lot of these too. A lot of these we do have opened versions of as well. But these are all the unopened ones. We got the orchids. Got a couple Batman rando sets. There's the Doctor Who's. A couple Millennium Falcons. There's the ATTE. With the misprinted whatchamacallit. The lighthouse does not light up on its own. That's different. So that was the Scooby-Doo lighthouse, Kirsten. Sorry, I'm just seeing that now. Not the lighthouse that has more recently. So those Scooby-Doo sets, these guys are retired. They've been retired for a couple, 2-3 years now. Fun story for you guys. When I actually was collecting these in the early days, I saw the prices. I was watching the prices on like eBay and a couple of other places, and for whatever reason, the mystery machine, the van, was really hard to find, and so it was like, selling retail for $30, but most places in eBay and stuff were selling for like $50, $60. And so, not knowing how long they were going to be out or any of that, like I was calling everybody, calling every Walmart, at the time there were still Kmart's. I don't know if they're still around anymore, but we don't have any in Oregon or around Salem and Portland, anyways. I was calling Target, Toys R Us. I mean, this was back in the day. I was calling everybody for those because that was probably 5-7 years ago at least. We ended up driving like way out to like crazy. Nom will know where this is. We drove out to like the north side of Gresham to like some Kmart, and they held two of them for me, and then I got them. So I actually have one that's opened, and then we have the two that are unopened, and like the next week They were there. They had like 70 of them at Walmart, and we went to Target. They had them there too, and then Toys R Us had a whole shelf of them. I was pretty pissed because we we put a lot of effort into going and getting those. And however, though, fun fact: our local, we have some Lego reseller stores here, and there's one called Bricks and Minifigs. We were at the Bricks and Minifigs out in Kaiser a couple months ago. It was when, well, I guess it's probably been about a year ago now. It was when I was doing the Doom mosaic and the Mad Villain album cover with all the white and black. And that's another really cool piece of art I need to have framed too. But I was out there like tooling around, digging through their bins because they have like the big tables where you can buy the bulk Lego. And I was picking out like the ones and the twos and the small pieces that I wanted. And I always strolled through to see what they had. And they had an open used that was all built right there. It was a full set, and they were selling for like 75, 80 bucks. And I was like, man, I got two of those in the box and an open one. Like, I'm sure it's worth more than $75 new. You know what I mean? So, pretty curious to see how those ones do. I feel like those will be good long-term investments. Scooby-Doo's been around for like 100 years. I think that ultimately they will hold value, and they will probably do nothing but go up. Oh, boo. I thought you were booing me at first, Maz. What up? Welcome. I see a few of you have shown up too and said hi. Not ignoring you. It's a game break. We normally don't do the hellos. We use the premiere, kind of the early arrival for that. All right. So next we have, let's see here. We already looked at that. So we got the fourth one. So you can see we got a couple of random Angry Bird sets. Those were just, I don't know why I bought those. Those are not going to be worth any money. A couple of Sonics. We had to wait in line for those on January 1st. Those came out. And obviously Reese is a huge fan of Sonics. That was really important to us. The far left side is one of those augmented reality Porsches. I bought it to build, and I just never built it. So it's got like the drag racing track, and you can like put it on the ground and like roll it back. And then I think you hit a button on the app and it triggers the thing and signals it, and it takes off. And like the augmented reality, when you look at it through your phone's camera on the screen of your tablet or phone, like it looks like a drag race, and it like makes noises and does all this stuff. It's really cool, but we never got around to actually opening it up. And then of course we got Wally. Those actually are both bad, but maybe in a good way. There was a problem with the early Wallies where their head, like the piece was wrong, or they had to add something to fix it because people were having troubles. The head was like falling down. I do believe both of these are the early ones, and the only way you would ever be able to find out is if you opened it up to see. So I'm not going to do that. But those are both obviously long-term holds too, because that Wally set's been expired for quite a while. I got a couple of Adidas shoes. We got I bought one left and one right. Obviously, they give you the extra bricks in each set, so you can build a left shoe or a right shoe. So in this case, I could actually build a left and a right. And when you bought those, the gift with purchase, or the GWP as they call it, was actually a small version of the shoe. So I've got two littles and two biggles. And speaking of biggles, right next to it, we got the Big Bang Theory. So, pretty cool set. It's got all the normals, the people that you would expect to see in the set. And, it's got the living room with, of course, everybody's preferred seating arrangements and everything. It's good. Seinfeld's also awesome. One of those, both of those I got to open and build, and I just never got around to it. And now they've been sitting for so long, they're going to stay there. You can see we got a couple of offices. It's hard to see, but in the back, there's actually one long-wise, too, that goes behind the shoes and all the other TV shows. So one of those is going to be for Reese. He kind of knows it, but kind of doesn't know it that, holiday Christmas is coming up. It'll be birthday or Christmas, whichever we decide to give it to him. But speaking of GWPs, we got a few coming up here, I do believe. In fact, a couple of these are like the one on the far end. This is 2-in-1. That's this year's Christmas tree. It's actually pretty tall, fairly expensive. I think it was $40. And it's like a big, nice tree. I wish this was definitely not hidden. I wish I could display it sideways the right way, but can't. I also got a gingerbread house. I got Santa's sleigh, which was last year's hard to get. And I wasn't really made clear. Did they make more, or did my store just somehow have some of these available? Either way, I bought it. So pretty cool. And then we got a couple of the holiday trains. Those were gift with purchase limited edition last year, or no, actually probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't think we can see what number those sets are, but they were definitely cool. I was trying to make it a little bigger. But anyways, definitely some cool stuff. Definitely some cool stuff. So we're getting to the final image here for this particular stuff. It'll actually have both the top and the second from the top shelf. Lots of littler stuff, a lot of gift with purchases and stuff like that. Starting in the bottom left, we got a couple of the more recent ones. The Castaway set. We ended up getting a few of those with the Office sets, in fact, is what we did. And yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. Easter stuff. I'm trying to think. There was recently there was I believe it was she an archaeologist? I can't think of what her name was. Jane Goodall? Is that right? Jane Goodall? Pretty sure that's right. Those green ones in the middle there, Jane Goodall, gift with purchases. We got another one of those roller, like Technic roller, like app-based augmented reality ones right there. I can't remember which one that is. Bunch of smaller stuff, not important. You can see we got some sunflowers. We found a bunch of those after struggling forever to find those. We got a bunch of them. Wifey and her mom ended up at Lego, and they both got in line and bought a couple of them. And then up top we got a bunch of like briquettes. We got some DVDs. We got some video. You can see there's one Dimensions box. Some Speed Champions. There's a bunch of like random. I don't even know what to call these yellow boxes. They're like themed, I guess. So like some are Halloween, some are Thanksgiving, some are. So there's like a turkey. There's like a bat. There's like there's different ones for different stuff. Pretty cool. And then over on the far left, it's hard to see, but I went Mario crazy. I've actually got 6 of the Mario Brothers starter kits, and I've got 2. Only one Luigi. Only one Luigi. So I have 6 Marios, 1 Luigi, and I just purchased. And here, wait, let me see. I was hoping that they'd be here today. There's one other one. I'm not even sure you guys know this exists. Let me go to lego.com really quick. There's another starter kit for the Super Mario stuff. Did you guys know that? It says it's shipped. Where's it at? It says my order is in transit. October 31st, 6:30. Ooh, it's in Hodgkins, Illinois, so we won't see it today. But it's the Princess Peach starter kit. Princess Peach. I didn't even know they had it until like a week ago. I ordered 2 of them. So pretty cool stuff. All right, so Lego storage update. Done did. Moving along here. Some of you guys know, too, I'm a huge fan. Today's actually the 2-year anniversary or death anniversary of my favorite rapper, musician, MF Doom. I mentioned a while back that like Reese went to the Portland, the Rose City Comic Con, and there was an artist that travels around. He does a bunch of stuff. In fact, I actually have his website ready to pop up here. Let's see if this works as it should. All right, so justscope.com. His name is Justin Orr. He's an illustrator out of California. And let's see if I can get this working here. Interact. Big shout out to Kirsten for figuring this out way back in the day. As you can see here, there's a bunch of stuff. There's like John Wick. There's Big Trouble in Little China. There's 007. There's Bruce Lee. There's some Mad Villain, MF Doom. There's some Voltron. Some Wu-Tang. There's a bunch of stuff. Pulp Fiction and so anyways, very cool art. All of these are prints that are limited edition. You might have noticed that you don't see mine. There's actually only 1,100 of these prints made. Reese got me one of them, and that's pretty stupid cool. Now, I went out and with the wife and got it framed. And it's kind of hard to see here, but I got it blown up so I can, oh crap. So I can move it around here. Nope, let's lock all of that and close that folder. And where is my, here it is, Team Art. So Mr. Fantastic is actually kind of that's kind of a fun, cool story. Mr. Fantastic here is depicted on the left. He is a mystery. Nobody knows who he is. And well, Doom does. But he's been in a couple of songs, only like two or three different albums. Always references himself. Very good on the mic. His rhymes are nice, and he's just like one of Doom's childhood buddies. I've watched countless videos of like people trying to figure out who he is. But anyways, Mr. Fantastic made the album or the art here. We also have Count Bass D, who is responsible for some of like the producing and beats and stuff. Doom does most of his beats, but there've definitely been some collaborations over the years and such. And so he made the art too. And Madlib was referenced but not shown here. Food is one of Doom's like most notoriously famous albums, besides Mad Villain, which he teamed up with Madlib. And so anyways, and this is all kind of a regurgitated version of the album cover arts, like Con Queso. All the songs are food based. The Finest sort of reference. It's also on the main cover. We've got the, Hoe Cakes was the name of a song. And it's funny because it says super on the label, and it's got like this boom, 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 super. And it's got like this sample that goes on. And my wife, there's no way in a million years would she ever know the name. But as soon as she saw super there, she was like, she like knew the song, right? So that was pretty cool. And then you get all the way to the top, and it's got like this really cool, like, Doom in all caps, Rhyme Sayers, who was like the label that it was on at the time. And it's got like the, here you will find body for your soul and body for your mind and body for your soul, or however it says. And it's the intro. It's like the first lyrics that are said on the album. Now there's a couple of samples of like record stuff and whatever before, but it's just like cool. So, I had a lot of like these purples, and I wish you could see like my mouse where I'm hovering over, because you can't really see it, but had like purples and greens and stuff. So we went with a double matte and added, and then we had this cool kind of rustic frame thrown on there too. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's actually sitting right here. I'm sure you'll get a lot of like reflection and whatever, but I mean, it's good size, so RIP to Doom. Like I said, today was his death anniversary. It's also considered Doomsday. That's what like the family and a lot of the fans are calling it. They actually released a whole bunch of new merchandise today. It's weird. Like the stuff they're doing is definitely like 90s New York. And that's kind of like when he started to become like really well known and everything. I just, there's some Doom pins and stuff that come with it. Like I want the Doom pin, but I don't know if I want like, they're like polos and they're split down the middle. So it's like yellow and green. And then it says Doom across it, which is cool, but I don't know. If you guys want to check it out, it's gasdraws.com. Gas draws. Like pants, draws. Your draws. Pick up your draws. Put your draws on. gasdraws.com. Anyways, so Doom art frame. Yeah, I mean, listen. I have a sensitive side. I'm a human. I don't consider myself soft or a sensitive person. Like, I had to like really take some deep breaths and keep it together when he pulled that out. Like I did. I was like, because I mean, like, that's really cool. Like I said the other day, like, to be so passionate about something or someone, and then have like your son who's a teenager who hates your guts like 90% of the time come home with something like that. Like that was a pretty big milestone for me. So, and there's like 3 other ones too that he could have chose, and he got the one I would have chose. So like, it was just like, come on. So big shout out to my boy for that. All right. So, I wanted to show you a schedule of the new stream schedule. Obviously we got Mowing Mondays back on Monday now that I finished Power Wash Sim today. Wednesdays is gonna be Gas Station Sim for another week or two. I'm enjoying it. It's actually doing fine analytically. And and it seems like when I try a lot of new stuff, like I want to try the Ghostbusters game, but I feel like I'm going to buy a brand new game and I'm going to play it and no one's going to care about it. I hope I'm wrong because I think it's going to fit the Friday spot. Now that Tyler's internet just got taken from him, Tyler's grounded. No, I'm just kidding. His family or his mom and him switched his internet provider, and I don't know if it was done intentionally, but they basically got like the basic kit, and they went from like already like schmedium internet to like to like oh man, like 1990s internet. So yeah, he says he's not gonna be able to play games anymore, which means Apex will be tough for him. Fridays are hit and miss for Nom. So we'll see. I'm trying to find a game that I can play by myself that doesn't, require others, but I also enjoy and prefer playing with others. Especially with people that like to banter, right? I mean, I think you guys enjoy Nom and mine's banter back and forth, or Tyler and Nom's banter at me. That's usually how it is. It's usually like a dog pile on the rabbit type of situation. But all right, so I do have Patreon. You want me to do the Who Wore It now? Who Wore It Better first? Or should we do Patreon first? Should I end with the photo of the inspiration of my costume here? Or should I do Patreon first? Let's do Patreon first. We'll end with that. Speaking of Ghostbusters, Brian, I happen to have a copy and it's cross-platform, just saying. Yeah. I don't know when our time frames would work out. Brian, I hate you getting me hooked on games. Are you still playing Gas Station Sim, Chacho? I was lucky enough to get a couple of codes from the developer, and Chacho mentioned he thought the game was fun, so I did pass on a code to him. I might have one other one for PS4 if somebody's really interested in getting their hands on it. I might be able to help with that. Sadly, I don't have any codes for I reached out to Ilphonic, the company that makes Ghostbusters, and I never heard back from them. And I have some stuff on Keymailer. Like I have a couple of games actually, but I don't think Ghostbusters is one of them. All right, so Patreon. You guys, Patreon's been going on for a long time. I don't do much with it. You guys are still pretty awesome and support me there, and it's really one of the main reasons why the Gamebreak still exists. Mainly because, there's the shout outs that happen and the people are kind of, they're thanking, but they're also wanting to see or hear their name. So, definitely cool that you guys support me on the out. Google takes a chunk out. Like I was telling you the other day, the 99-cent membership that I have set up, I think I get like 60 cents of that. I'm not trying to sound greedy or anything, but it's just like, YouTube just, they do a lot for me. They've provided a place that I can work from home, and I've been able to do stuff that I like, and they help put my face in front of yours. And so there's a lot of good too, right? But I feel like when you're selling the ads that are being placed, and then you're getting a cut of the ads being placed, and you're making 30% of the ad revenue that's coming through, like that's a pretty good plan for the home team. And, at any point that could disappear. So I try not to say or badmouth too much, but ultimately it is what it is. And, Patreon, they don't take a cut. So there is like a transaction fee at the end of the, like when I move the money, because it basically accrues into Patreon and then I move it. Right. And so when I move it, there is like a small, I don't remember what it is. It's like max of $5 or something. It's not worth mentioning really, but beyond that, I do receive the majority of that. So it's nice to have that as kind of a backup, especially like right now when, I mean, I've mentioned this a couple of times, like my paycheck is like half of what it was 6 months ago. And I haven't done anything different. I'm still streaming. I mean, technically a year ago, I was streaming 5-6 days a week versus 3 days a week. So there is that, but that's not where the majority of the views. And like, if you look, so this was something I totally forgot. I almost forgot to announce something. I didn't have it on my list. That's why. I had a nice conversation with Megabeard the other day. Big shout out to Tony. What up? He's got some stuff going on that he's pretty confident that is going to be beneficial to me. And he's like, providing a ton of information for me and stuff. And I've been like, overload, overload. So he kind of like, I don't remember what he exactly said, but I was really honest with him. And I was like, listen, dude, you can send me all you want, but I don't know when the crap I'm going to have time to read or figure all this out. Like my schedule right now is pretty demanding, but also perfect. Like I'm really busy with a lot of my time, but I also have like personal and family time, and I don't really want to mess with that too much. And he's like, oh, I understand. And he's like, man, you don't understand though. Like, you benefit from this if you're doing it right. What, do I got to do it for you? And I was like, I like the sound of that. So then he was like, all right, well, wait a minute. I already said Evan. I was going to do some stuff for Evan, and everyone was in the conversation with us, and it was like, no, you go right ahead. And then he's kind of like, well, okay, I got some stuff. And I'm like, listen, dude, I'm not expecting anything from you. But I mean, if you did a couple of them and they took off, I would definitely be willing to sit down with you and be more interested in this. What up, Drex? So Mega Beard is likely going to be contributing a handful of clips that'll end up being shorts for the channel. So some of the will be potentially recycled material, so stuff from previous streams or whatever, videos, things like that. We talked just briefly about, having some themes of some of the videos. So like, obviously singing moments, Apex, beefing moments, right? Like, so probably only one of those, because there hasn't been many great moments of Apex on my end. But like some of the highlight type stuff, right? And so moving forward, if this was something that worked out, I would, probably talk to the mods or find out some sort of a method to sort of document certain times that would want to be extracted for those short clips. So I was under the impression that you couldn't do shorts unless you uploaded them from your phone. And this was part of the information that was overloaded. He's like, well, no, you can go ahead and see, that's the thing, is you can open this editor up on your browser and then you can select certain videos. And then from those videos, you can then minimize and select the 30 seconds to 2 minutes that you'd want on there. And then you can batch out. And I'm like, like, what are you talking about? No. So he's definitely got a way that would potentially, help me with that. So, I don't want to have to like download my old streams and videos to my phone and then use the app to do stuff. But he's telling me that there's new ways that are coming out and stuff too. And so, and I was like, man, listen, I did 2 shorts and I got basically the same amount of views that I would get on a regular video. They show as regular videos to me. They don't show as shorts. However, if I look in a certain analytics spot, it does show them as shorts. But yeah, it's all about size of the video, not like how much the file weighs, like not like, but like the actual dimensions of the video kind of determine whether it can be a short or not. That's what he was telling me. So Megabeard will likely be helping me with that real soon. So you might start seeing some shorts for November. Normally we'd do something like that in October for October test, but we didn't ever get to October test this month. And we even talked about maybe like trying to make the stream with the wife happen tonight, but there's no way I'm doing a triple whammy. I'm beat, you guys, my brain. And I woke up this morning. I don't know if I mentioned it. I woke up with a little bit of a headache and I thought it would go away. And I've just gotten more stuffed up as the day's gone on. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's something in the air or I'm getting sick or whatever. My stepdad's got COVID, but I haven't seen him or had any problems or crossed paths or anything for probably a week. So I should be all right. All right, Patreon, back to that. Let's go ahead and give a shout out. This is all the $5 and up people. So there are some $10 guys and gals and peoples here, but there's also some higher. So we'll see. Check it out. Big shout out. Special thanks to all these people who are $5 and up supporters. Much love to you all. I actually had to switch around a little bit this month. And of course, big shout out to Penny. Penny was the one that called me that I was telling you guys about not long ago. So we had a nice conversation on the phone, which was delightfully unexpected. And I give a big shout out and thanks for her supporting on the Patreon now. That was not expected or ever part of the deal. It was just, I helped out and she's returning the favor now. So much love to that. Let's see here. Got smoke in the air down here from Albany. Yeah, and I'm wondering. Let's see here. Let me do a really quick air quality. Salem. I don't think it's that bad, but yeah, it says 24. 24 is totally fine. It's fine until you get into like 75 and up is where it becomes sort of hazardous. So 20, that's not it. I mean, it might just be like the barometric pressure or whatever. All right, and then we do have some $10 and up shout outs too. No special order, but we got at the $10 and up Patreon supporter, we got Dougie Fresh 613. Thank you much, Dougie. Much lovey. Let's see here. Doug was actually the first, I think, $10 Patreon supporter, and I'm not sure he probably forgot. If I'm being honest. So thank you, Dougie. Next up, we've got Andrew, aka Smallville 2011. What is up, Andrew? Thank you for your patronage. Next up, we got somebody who's in the chat right now. It's Justin Richter. Thank you so much, dude. Much love. Thank you for your support on the daily, in and out. Let's see here. Next up, we've got, Adam was here. I don't know if he's still here. We got Adam Burnfather. Thank you so much for your patronage. I think Drex is coming back up. You don't know what he's doing. Next up, we've got Michael Karsberg. Thank you so much, Michael. Often we get to see you here, but it's sort of the later version, which I think it's super early for you right now. I think it's like 5 or 4 in the morning or something. Definitely appreciate your support, though, regardless of what time it is. And last but not least, at the $10 and up tier, we've got Bonnie Miller. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for your support and continued, viewing, love, all the above. Like I said, that Patreon is definitely helpful. Definitely. Oh, and there goes Chacho with the name calling. All right, so we've got through all of the list. We're under an hour, which is actually surprising. We got one last thing that I want to show you, and that's the Who Wore It Better. So let me... Ready? Ready? What do you think? Who wore it better? Was it Jacob or Brian? Jacob or Brian wear it better? So Ma says, Brian, that's you, no cap. All right, appreciate that. I'm having a little battle with Mr. Prof here. I mean, look though. Let's talk about this for a minute. As weird or different as I may look, which really wasn't that different, right? I mean, I usually got a little bit of scruff. It's not usually heavy here and here. It's usually kind of evenly scruffed. I know some people were kind of clowning the beard or whatever, in and out of stream, right? So one of the things too that y'all couldn't see was, much like my printer over there in the corner, a lot of my follicles have run out of ink. I don't have any color left. So a lot of my hair is either like a really light, like white, or maybe almost even transparent in some cases. So like a lot of my scruff, and especially up in like, my temple areas too, like it's just white or sort of skin tone almost. It just see through. So my beard looked really heavy in some places and really like patchy in others, but it was pretty full, and I've really never grown it out as far as I had. Even my mom was like, I didn't even know you could grow a beard like that. And I was like, yeah, that's right. But all in all, Prof is like, I mean, he is my favorite living artist. And, if time continues to go as it is, I mean, the dude is just crazy. Like, and I say that in a good way. His music is way above a lot of things. For, his metaphors, his rhyme speed and everything it's good. I really enjoy prop. I got Gray hooked on prop. Like I'm bummed that Gray didn't make it here today because Gray I think would really be impressed with this. Let me think about it really quick for a minute. I mean, that's prop, right? Like what we used to say a lot of gasoline. I've been putting out this fire for days. Putting out the fire for days. Gasoline. If you can't walk straight, look them in the face. Tell them all. If they hate your crew, because y'all act like you're from A. Prop is just awesome. Like, definitely check it out if you're into hip hop at all. I mean, I also would recommend MF Doom too. They're two of my favorites, and in fact, Spotify end of the year stuff's coming up soon. I would be willing to bet money that listen, Doom's probably number one again for like the 6th or 7th straight year. But Prof may have taken the top spot. I listen to a lot of Prof too. And with him releasing new albums and new like music, basically, it's like a new song. It's not necessarily an album, but he'll do singles all the time. Highly energetic, super funny, super like over the top doing stuff. I've got lots of his merch. I was thinking about that today. Like, I don't think I have nearly as much merch for any other thing. Like, I mean, beyond Lego, right? Like, I mean, I've got a lot of Prof. I got Prof hats, Prof hoodie, Prof t-shirt. In fact, I was wearing my Prof shirt. Y'all probably didn't even realize it. Listen. I was trying to tip y'all off earlier of what my costume was going to be with my Prof shirt that I had. You can see it's probably not as obvious as I think it is, but PROF. But this is what I was wearing in today's earlier stream. And I didn't want to necessarily give away the hairdo. I thought maybe you all might think it was like, mohawked out or mulleted or something, But I mean, I feel like, Jacob and I share some similar qualities. Mainly that we're both white and can grow facial hair. But beyond that, I feel like it's... So on that note, people, I can't thank you guys enough for hanging and watching. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, let's spit them out and get them rolling right now. I'll go ahead and get the showstopper off the screen there. But yeah, so like I said, I literally like one day I was just like, I've got the original screenshot right here. And I showed the wife, I said, hey, what do you think? Can I pull this off? As my phone is not working at all. But anyways, you get it. And she goes, and like 10 minutes later, she had a cart from Macy's and had the sweater, had the turtleneck, had the chain. And I was like, man, that's pretty impressive. Now I got to do it. And now what's even crazier is like, I think my wife has a crush on Prof. Cause she's like wants me to keep it. She like doesn't want me to get. She's like, you're so creepy, but I like it. Is that weird? And I'm like, a little. So, anyways, I'm probably gonna go down and take a couple of photos. Reese has a photo with me side by side with the picture, like who wore it better. That may have already hit the Discord. I'm not sure. He was like threatening me like, oh, I'm going to post it before. Yeah, so it hasn't posted yet. It'll likely pop up soon. But sadly, there's no real bottom half of the costume. It was really just, I mean, Prof didn't give me the top. He only gave me the top. I didn't get a bottom. So, and yes, no, I'm a top, not a bottom. I know that's coming. So I'll just go ahead and put it out there right now. I am a bit rounder than Prof. Listen. COVID was tough on me, bro. All right, y'all. Much love. I can't wait. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, no, I'm here. Look at this is the joint right here. S'mores. Fanny Mae's. More like Fanny Big s'mores mix. That's what it should be called, huh? Oh, boy. Anyways, guys, You know, I love all of you out there. Thank you so much for hanging out. Tomorrow is my day off from streaming. I'm going to be working on some Lego Star Wars stuff. I will be back on Wednesday with more gas station sim to get my pump on. Hopefully, I'll see y'all there. And then Friday, I do believe we'll do some Ghostbusting. If nothing else, it'll make Teflon happy and he'll shut up about Ghostbusters. I'm just kidding, dude. Talk about Ghostbusters all you want. You know, I got nothing but love. All right, man. I'm out of here. Feel free to check us out on social media. If you have not already, please check out happythumbsgaming.com. It'd be really swell if you did. And like I said, I'll see you on Wednesday and maybe Friday, perhaps. As always, until next time.